grandiose aspect of it.
I have a question, I guess, for everyone. AI is obviously becoming a bigger thing day in day. How do you feel like it's going to influence your music versus, you know, our acting versus the podcasting and the other ventures that you guys might have, you know?
Can I start?
Yeah.
I think all of y'all are fucked. It's just gonna help us though. Like it's just gonna help us. It's just gonna make our shit way easier.
Thank you.
Oh god.
I was gonna say, just like, I don't know if you guys watch Black Mirror. Like, there's this most recent season. There's an episode where they use the likeness. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Sofia Vergara's in it, Kate Blanchett, and there's this other girl who's an actor, and it's like 4 or 5 dimensions deep, so to speak. But it's basically like it's all AI. Like none of it's like they use their likeness and they signed a contract, and so on and so forth. Do you think that's because I'm not gonna lie to you, Black Mirror be low key right about some shit, and it's I think that's where we're moving, or is that?
Because I want to speak on the actor shit. Just because didn't Bruce Willis do that for his last movie? They AI'd the whole shit.
High key.
So
What movie is this?
I can't remember.
I don't
But
remember
his dementia or whatever started getting bad when they started filming. So they were like, let's just not do that. So they AI'd his whole thing. If that's like one of the more famous like kind of actors of like all time, sort of for America at least.
He's one of them.
He had the 90s on lock.
Yeah, he was one of them. Yeah.
I
And he
think
had
that
hair.
it's very possible that that's up for the rest of y'all too, to where that's like just like the norm. They're like, we'll just use you, but we don't want you to do it.
As long as we get a paycheck.
The
for
thing
it.
that's crazy about that in particular, I feel like the only way that it won't work is if us as a society is like, yeah, no, I don't want to keep watching y'all make this same show over and over and over again. Kind of for the example, they went and used an AI generation to make The Office, but like they just made it run and they just made it keep running like on and on and on, where people were able to just like make episodes out of nowhere, even though like the story is finished. Number Mifflin is over, like things of that nature, and being able to hold on to that past, I feel like the only way we can like stop that is by like just not consuming it in totality.
I thought you were going to say something about what's it called? Gemini Man with Will Smith, where he plays like himself.
That too, yeah.
That is the best case scenario where they're used, where it's like just like they're just fixing their face. Yeah. But in a lot of these scenarios, I feel like they're gonna, for example, bring Leonardo DiCaprio back, or like they might remake American Psycho and then put him as like the main.
Or The Irishman, where they got all the old dudes and just made them their younger self.
Exactly.
So it's like,
do you feel like question, or we can have a poll? Would you want to see Heath Ledger come back? Type shit.
No.
I don't leave the dead people alone.
Yeah, please.
I've been saying that for Juice WRLD forever, but continue.
No, that's a genuine question because you guys feel, because it's like you said, the dead people are dead, but Juice WRLD, Michael Jackson, all these new songs are being remixed with AI and whatnot.
They've done a lot and they've served their time. But then, I think we also need to think about, like, the new artists, Like, those people were there in their time, right? And now there's, like, it's the circle of life. I don't see why you gotta, like, go against it and, like,
going against it
bring people back. And I think, like, in speaking of, like, the acting sort of part of it and, like, using AI, like, just think about the amount of, like, scenes that were put in a movie that wasn't even like planned or it wasn't scripted. It was just sort of like an improvisation or like, spontaneity. Exactly. Like just shit happens. Like you're not going to get that with AI because with the AI, you put in the code and it does whatever the fuck you want it to do.
Honestly, my whole thing is heavy on the not letting a story die. Because it's like, they do this a lot in anime where it's just like a bunch of filler. And the main example is like Naruto, right? There's 2 whole seasons of just filler. That's insane. You guys are just making fake content that doesn't matter in the long term. And I feel like it's kind of in the same vein as people that like sit and they watch a show like Friends over and over and over again and just being stuck in that time period. That's what it more like feels like.
That's facts.
High key, it's funny because I wanted to say something right before like the camera cut out, and I'm happy you kind of did because, bro, you may have cracked the code with whoever owns The Office because that's like the best poll ever because they're bringing back The Office now, so all that shit that like people made up, that was them writing the show. Exactly. So it's like everyone wrote the show for them, which is kind of ingenious. And it's always funny, like when like stuff like that happens. I think on the AI tip, I don't think AI is putting anybody out of the job. I think a person using AI is putting someone out of the job.
Okay.
So it's like, it's still going to be this code or whatever. But like, if you can't make it go, you can't make it go. I feel like it's going to affect a lot of on-screen stuff a lot, like movies and shit like that. But a cool thing about music is like, I do feel like concerts is still a thing. That's why concerts are going up in price, because people love people. So it's like, I don't care how well you AI someone wants to see a physical person pop up and be like, yo, what's up?
So let me ask you specifically as an artist, would it bother you if they were to hit you with like a Drake type beat where they were to just take your voice and make their own song and then like you get nothing from it? Like, would you be upset if they were to, if people are enjoying you but you weren't a part of the artistic process?
Got you. So when it comes to something like that, I think I can only see a world where if it does get to that point, like you can like take someone's voice, if it took my voice, put it on a beat and it went crazy, that I should also be entitled to that because you used my likeness. So there should be something in like the softwares that they definitely do have now, where it's like, okay, you can detect my voice. That means like, cool, good for you, bro. You made that. I'm getting paid from it. I appreciate that. But I should also be able to say I didn't consent to this. I should also be able to be like, no, take this down. Like you're using literally my likeness. And I have paperwork that stipulates that you can't do that. So someone has to talk to someone, or someone needs to get me paid.
No, I feel that.
But if you were to get paid and people were to just use your likeness, would you be okay with it then?
Like if in terms of what, like
So the only reason I bring it up is because that song that they made with Drake's voice kind of like charted, and they're maybe nominating it for a Grammy.
Yeah.
So it's like, if somebody else is getting accolades with your voice, is the money enough for you not to care? Or do you care about them affecting your legacy, whether that be positive or negative? Do you like do you care basically? Yeah.
I do care, and I'll say like, because for every yin is a yang, right? So it's like some people could like, you could like generate a not like an artist no one knows about, and that shit charts, and you have a song with Drake, and then that person's life is up. They'll be like, this shit is amazing. But either way, like when something like that, especially for it to get nominated, from what I would know about the music industry and whatnot, for it to get nominated means someone had to sign off and say, all right, y'all can use it. Like it wouldn't even get to like that breath if like Drake's team or whoever's team didn't be like, I know what's going on, bro. Like, someone got talked to. That's how I feel about it.
See, and the thing about this conversation that takes a turn for the worst, we're talking about Drake, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they found you 2 years ago, and they found some of your earlier work and say, oh, I'm going to build on this sound, on this whole idea that you have, and I'm just going to just make whole songs just with your voice, because I know your voice is hard. How about like the underground dude that's just trying to come up, but yet there's this multi-million-dollar conglomerate just eating off their own work?
I think no matter how much money you have, it doesn't guarantee you're going to be a success, because there's a lot of people that burn a lot of money to be trash.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just happens. And there's people that like put $2 in and they go crazy. So, I mean, like at the end of the day, I think it's still going to be like the people are going to take off. They're going to take off. I mean, but that is the thing. Like there is people that will try to replicate your sound that have more money than you. And they'll be like, this is going crazy, whatever. But then it's like Mew versus Mewtwo. Like put the real one next to it. We're going to see what happens. And I think technology now is so
Fire
dope
reference.
and appreciate you. I think technology now is so vast where it's like, trust me, bro, if the kids like a song, they're going to find the original song. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. 3 years down the line, someone's going to be like, I know what song that is, and that person's going to blow up, and it's going to fuck everything up for whoever stole something from them. I do think that karma comes back, and it's always moving.
How often that actually happens? It's crazy how often that actually happens, where it's like they'll make a song 4 years ago, and it's like now they're up.
Yeah.
And it's like,
TikTok like re-virals a song that's from like the 2010s or something like that.
I'll be spicy, and I'll be like, your favorite labels do it. Like, how many great artists do you know that have passed away, quote unquote, prematurely, but then you have a replica of them going crazy in 2 weeks trying to do the same exact sound that they got? It happens all the time.